it's not about, hey, we have a technology, how can we sell this? It's rather about, hey, there is a problem to solve, let's create or let's find a technology that will help.
So Lukasz Zelezny is the head of organic acquisition at uswitch.com and an expert SEO consultant and speaker. Lukasz has been crowned as one of the top 50 marketing and advertising influencers of our time, and he joins us now on Cloud News TV. Welcome. How are you today?
Much. I can't complain. It's great weather, it's a great day, it's a Friday, I think a perfect day for a conference.
I think that's beautifully said. First of all, how can companies best utilise social media platforms to maximise the impact they have on customers?
So first of all, you need to answer one major question. Are social media channels your part of your marketing strategy or part of your communication strategy? You can see that there are big companies like KLM, which is using Twitter rather as a communication channel, and other companies which are using Twitter as a marketing channel. I think these days Facebook is absolutely amazing for a paid campaign because of the granulation of the audience and because of this old school classic ROI model which you can implement. It's very easy to convince your CMO, CFO, CEO to go with Facebook as a part of your marketing strategy. And if you do this good, if you have a person who is number focused and also another person who is very creative, this is like win-win. Twitter is more tricky because it's more difficult to measure the impact, but from the communication point, it's like priceless. I am a big fan of Twitter, and I could say like I'm here because of Twitter partly. Let me mention also LinkedIn is fantastic for this kind of professional communication. I've been in Czech Republic a couple of years ago, and they gave me this brilliant example of a campaign when they were selling glasses, quite expensive glasses. And what they done, they went on LinkedIn and they were looking for everybody who is like CMO, CFO, vice president, president, and so on. And they were looking for profile photos of people who got glasses on the profile photo. And then they were approaching them, and they will say, you know, I have this product, very unique, very selective and granulated campaign, but it was working perfect. And obviously Instagram for a beauty industry, for a fashion industry, priceless. So I think it's not should I but rather why we are not doing this. I would say if the company is not doing social media as a part of their marketing strategy, that's kind of a signal that they should definitely start.
Yeah, I completely agree. If you were the digital marketing manager of a startup, what would be the top 3 strategies that you would implement first? Okay,
first, it is like I would say to everybody, guys, we're doing this for money, we're doing this for profit. That's a bigger problem of startup these days. This kind of culture of venture capital, of seeding money, of crowdfunding makes lots of startups not thinking about profitability. If we would create a company 20 years ago, the first thing you would ask me would be, Lukasz, how can we make money? How can we make our firm profitable? That's the first thing. The second thing, make sure that when you're building your website, you have someone on the side who is telling you how to make this website work for SEO. Because if you start building this having in mind that it must be indexable, it must be SEO friendly, it must be unique content, and so on, that will help you so much rather than going after 2-3 years to rewrite everything and do this from scratch. And the third, obviously, this is what I learned reading Apple CEO Steve Jobs' biography. It's not about, hey, we have a technology, how can we sell this? It's rather about, hey, there is a problem to solve, let's create or let's find a technology that will help people to do this. So solving problems.
Yeah, you're creating a need, aren't you?
That's correct.
Yeah, I agree. You mentioned SEO is part scientist and part artist. Success comes from digging and digging. Once you've cracked it, how much of the process can you replicate to achieve the same result, or is it always back to the beginning? And I like that, part scientist and part artist.
That's correct. I love working. My background is kind of music, and like I said last year, I will repeat that. I always wanted to be a smart like Stephen Hawking. It never worked, but you know, I always wanted to have this kind of feeling of science and a bit of feeling of art. SEO is giving me this correctly. It's not really like 0-1 yes/no binary code. You cannot always with 100% accuracy answer the question, but you can answer lots of questions with very high accuracy. And I know from my experience that the best people who are in SEO are very often like musicians, painters, and so on and so on. So it's constant digging, it's constant improving yourself, but not this super strict science mode. And also, we are here because SEO never been fully transparent. That makes us willing to catch up with other SEOs and have a chat. What is working? What is not working? There is not one golden rule. Oh, I know this. Now I don't need to learn anymore. It's constant improving and improving, and this is fascinating about this industry, I think.
Yeah, it really is. What exactly are growth hacking techniques, and how can businesses use these to succeed?
You see, growth hacking become a buzzword, and that means that sometimes people are overusing this. For me, growth hacking is like finding these little bits and bobs that are very unique and personal for you, that nobody probably before was using this, and that works. I will give you one because I like to be very specific. You know, I mentioned that Twitter, I'm very active on Twitter. Every time someone is following me on Twitter, there is a direct message automatically sent to this person saying like, hey, thank you very much. By the way, I'm also on LinkedIn. Because of leveraging the Twitter audience, I'm also leveraging my LinkedIn audience. My Twitter 50,000 followers, my LinkedIn 10,000 followers. So it works. And every day I get 20, 30 more followers on LinkedIn when I have 50 or 60 more followers on Twitter. So that's just an example, you know. And I discovered this because I was digging, trying to learn more, trying to find. Right now I can see that people are copying this tactic, which partly make me happy, but also partly make me upset because it's become more competitive. So again, I need to dive deeper and try to find this little gem that I will be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that it works. Let's try to implement this. And you know, and this is like never-ending story.
I think I'm going to try it as well now. Why do you think London Tech Week is such an essential and important part of the technology ecosystem?
Look, London, it's like a San Francisco of Europe, I would say. It's like a Palo Alto. It's like Silicon Valley here. We have so many brilliant, smart people. I'm coming here and I see so many faces that I know that are my friends and so on. First of all, networking, you know. You can meet face to face. It's always better to have this personal contact than just tweeting or writing when you detaching this kind of personal level of a communication. And obviously the amount of information you can learn is like tremendous. Here I've been on a couple of nice presentations today. I know that there is a couple of more, and I think people need to understand that this should be a part of a culture, you know. I think this is something kind of posh, and we will be we will keep lots of nostalgia after 20, 30 years, thinking like, you remember Ungagged in 2016 when we've been young, and you know, that's a part of who we are, and this is a part of our culture. It's very unique, and we should really protect this.
Yeah, we really, really should. Finally, why is it so important for you to be involved in the Internet Marketing Summit Ungagged? What would you say to people who weren't able to attend Ungagged this year but are thinking about coming next year?
This is the second time I'm here, and I'm always saying like, you know, I'm from Poland. I came 10 years ago to London, and I had 400 pounds in my pocket. I was almost like a Madonna who came to US, you know. And after 10 years, I'm here. I'm on the stage, and I can share my knowledge. I can share what I learn. It's a big honor, but also it motivates me to work harder, and I hope I can also motivate other people who are listening to me there, that what we're doing is worth. I'm always saying like, you know, there's nothing more cool than working digital marketing, despite if you are SEO, social media, PPC. That's the coolest job on the planet these days, and I think it's nice to be here and share this feeling with other people.
Your energy is very contagious. It's brilliant. It really, really is. Thank you for talking to us today, Lukasz. You've also got a Twitter account as well, haven't you? At Lukasz?
Lukasz Zelezny, and yeah, and I'm on LinkedIn. So please feel free to send me a message, follow me, and yeah, let's stay in chat. Thank you very much for your time, and once again, it's a pleasure and honor to be here.
Thank you very, very much for joining us here today. I'm Rachel Downey, and this is Cloud News TV.